Hey there, welcome to Awaken Mind. I'm so glad you're here today because we're tackling something big, something that can change your life if you let it. Have you ever tried to build a habit and failed? Maybe you swore you'd hit the gym every morning, but a week later, your sneakers are collecting dust. Or maybe you promised yourself you'd read more, only to find that book still sitting unopened on your shelf. I've been there too. It's frustrating, isn't it? You want to be better, do better, but somehow, it just doesn't stick. Well, guess what? You're not broken and it's not hopeless. You're about to learn the secret to building habits that actually last. And trust me, it's easier than you think. Imagine waking up every day, crushing your goals and feeling unstoppable, all because of a few tiny changes you can start today. That's not a dream, it's what's waiting for you on the other side of this video. I'm going to break it all down for you. The science, the steps, and the real-life tricks that work. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear plan to make habits stick, not just for a week, but for good. You'll see how small actions can turn into big wins. Ready to make it happen? Let's get started. So, what's the deal with habits? Building ones that last isn't about being perfect or having tons of willpower. It's about working smarter, not harder. Think of habits like planting seeds in a garden. If you give them the right care, water, sunlight, good soil, they grow strong. But if you ignore them or push too hard, they die off fast. That's how habits work in your life. The goal is to set up simple systems that fit into your day and make your brain say, "Hey, this feels good. I want to keep doing it." Why does this matter so much? Because habits are the building blocks of who you become. Want to feel stronger, healthier, more focused? It's not about one big moment. It's about what you do every single day. The trouble is, most of us try to change everything at once. We say, "I'll exercise an hour a day, eat perfectly, and read 50 pages." Then, when it's too hard, we quit. Sound familiar? But here's the truth. When you master habits, you take the driver's seat in your life. You stop wishing for change and start making it happen. And the best part, in just a few weeks you could be hitting your stride, exercising without groaning, reading without forcing it, waking up with energy. That's what I'm going to show you how to do. Let me tell you about my friend Jake, a guy who proves this works. Jake was the king of "I'll start tomorrow." He'd say he was going to run every week, but it never happened. He'd put on his shoes, jog once around the block, and then nothing. He'd make excuses, too tired, too busy, you name it. Does that ring a bell? One day Jake got fed up. He decided to try something new. Instead of aiming for a huge 5-mile run, he made a deal with himself. Just put on his running shoes and step outside. That's it. No pressure to run, no big goal, just shoes on, door open. Crazy thing is, after a few days, he felt like jogging a little. A week later, he was doing a mile. 2 months later, he ran a 10K race, 10 kilometers, and crossed the finish line grinning. Jake didn't transform overnight. He started small, built it up, and turned "maybe tomorrow" into "I've got this." You can do that too, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how. Let me tell you about my friend Jake, a guy who proves this works. Jake was the king of "I'll start tomorrow." He'd say he was going to run every week, but it never happened. He'd put on his shoes, jog once around the block, and then nothing. He'd make excuses, too tired, too busy, you name it. Does that ring a bell? One day Jake got fed up. He decided to try something new. Instead of aiming for a huge 5-mile run, he made a deal with himself. Just put on his running shoes and step outside. That's it. No pressure to run, no big goal, just shoes on, door open. Crazy thing is, after a few days, he felt like jogging a little. A week later, he was doing a mile. 2 months later, he ran a 10K race, 10 kilometers, and crossed the finish line grinning. Jake didn't transform overnight. He started small, built it up, and turned "maybe tomorrow" into "I've got this." You can do that too, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how. Here's your roadmap. 5 simple steps to build habits that stick. These aren't random ideas. They're backed by science and real results. Let's break them down so you can start using them today. Big goals are exciting, but they freak your brain out. If you want to read more, don't aim for a whole book a week. That's overwhelming. Start with 1 page a day. Want to get fit? Don't jump to an hour at the gym. Do 1 push-up. Tiny actions don't feel like a chore, so you actually do them. And here's the magic. Small wins stack up. Your brain notices and thinks, hey, I can handle this. Let's do it again. Before you know it, one page turns into chapters. One push-up turns into a workout. That's how you build momentum. Habits don't stick if they're floating around in your head with no plan. You need a cue, something you already do that reminds you to act. Brush your teeth every morning? Perfect. After brushing, read that one page. Pour coffee every day? Great. After pouring, do that push-up. Triggers are like an alarm clock for your habits. They make them automatic. Pick something you do anyway, and stack your new habit right on top. It's like building a chain that gets stronger every day. You've got to see your progress. It's a game changer. Grab a notebook, a calendar, or even an app on your phone. Every time you do your habit, mark it down. A check mark, a star, whatever works. Jake used a calendar and drew a big red X every day he stepped outside in his shoes. Seeing those X's pile up made him feel proud, like he was winning. It's a little boost that keeps you going. Try it. You'll be amazed how good it feels. Your brain loves a prize. Give it one. Finish that page, watch a quick funny video. Do that push-up, grab a piece of chocolate, or listen to your favorite song. Keep the reward simple and instant. It tells your brain, this habit is worth it. Over time, the habit itself feels good, but at first, a little treat helps it stick. Make it fun, and you'll look forward to it every day. Here's a big one. You don't have to be flawless. Miss a day, it happens. The key is to never miss twice. One slip won't break your streak, but two might derail you. If you skip reading one morning, get back to it the next. Jake missed a day once. Rain was pouring, but he didn't let it become two. He got back out there, and his habit stayed strong. Consistency beats perfection every time. Stick with it, and you'll see results. Now, let's talk about the tough stuff. Because building habits isn't always smooth sailing. You'll hit bumps. Some days, you're exhausted. Others, you forget. Maybe your schedule goes haywire, or you just don't feel motivated. I get it. It's normal. The good news? You can push through every single one of these challenges. Here's how. If you're too tired, shrink the habit even more. Can't do a push-up? Just stand up and sit back down. Done. Can't read a page? Read one sentence. It still counts, and it keeps your streak alive. If you're forgetting, set a reminder. Stick a note on your mirror that says read, or set a phone alarm for your trigger time. Outsmart your brain before it outsmarts you. If you're super busy, plan ahead. Decide when and where you'll do your habit, even if it's just 30 seconds. After lunch, one push-up by your desk. Boom, done. And if motivation fades, look at your tracker. Those check marks aren't just marks, they're proof you're winning. Obstacles don't mean you failed, they mean you're trying. Adjust, keep moving, and you'll come out on top. Listen, you've got everything you need to make this work. You don't need to be a superhero or have endless free time. You just need a plan, and now you've got one. Every tiny step you take is building the life you want. That's not just progress, that's power. You're not stuck anymore. You're not the person who quits. You're the person who starts small and ends up unstoppable. That's who you are. And that's who you're becoming. Why wait to start? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. The best time to change your life is right now, today. Pick one habit, make it tiny. Do it before this video ends. One push-up by your chair, one sentence from a book on your shelf, one glass of water from the kitchen. That's it. That's how you begin. Don't let another day slip by wishing you'd started. Take charge. You've got the tools, use them. Let's wrap this up with a quick recap. To build habits that stick, start tiny, tie it to a trigger, track your progress, reward yourself, and stay consistent. Not perfect. That's the formula. Jake went from, I'll run tomorrow, to crossing a finish line. You can go from dreaming about your goals to living them. It's all up to you. What habit are you going to start? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to know. If this video sparked something in you, hit that like button and subscribe to Awaken Mind for more ways to level up your life. We're in this together, and I'm rooting for you. Take that first step today, right now. Don't just watch this and move on. Act on it. You're one habit away from changing everything. See you in the next video.